Like and subscribe. Let's grow NAIA basketball. Thank you. Cascade Hoops Talk, bringing the world NAIA basketball one podcast at a time. Cascade Hoops Talk, this is Billy D. Well, it's Monday, December 4th. We had a great weekend of college basketball at the NAIA level. I was able to travel down and watch College of Idaho this weekend. We'll have an on-court interview from that. There's more on-court interviews from the weekend on the YouTube. You can just go to Cascade Hoops Talk, Season 5. Anyway, it's all in chronological order. It's pretty easy to find. But please watch those interviews. It's a great way to have the players seen and give them a little bit of recognition. Hey, let's get right to the top 25. Number 1, Grace College. They beat Spring Arbor on Saturday down in Winona Lake. They beat them 70-56. They're 9-0. Grace is just scary, aren't they? Jake Wadding, 14 points, 6 rebounds. Jacob Gibbs, 16 points, 5 rebounds. The thing about this team is there's so many weapons. Different guy each night. One night Elijah Malone, another night Ian Scott, another night Jake Wadding, Cade Gibbs, Jacob Gibbs, Stoltfuss. I mean, I'm going to leave guys out. But every night there's just a different guy, and they really pride themselves on that. And right now, at least, they look almost unstoppable. On December 6th, which is Wednesday, they're going to play a non-con up at Michigan Dearborn. Number 2, College of Idaho. They split this weekend in their long road trip for the year. It's like a 9-hour bus ride and just a little inside baseball. There was terrible weather, and they had to cross the Cascades a couple of times, and tough weekend for College of Idaho. But they come out of it 6-2. On Friday night, they go to Southern Oregon. They got beat there 81-75. You got to give a lot of credit to Coach Zozelle there at Southern Oregon. He lost a ton of seniors last year. Nobody really knew quite what to expect. He obviously has done a good job because they beat College of Idaho on Friday, and then they turned around and they beat Eastern Oregon on Saturday. So they'll be a force to be reckoned with before this is all over. Friday night against College of Idaho, Khalil Chapman, he scored 19 points, 10 rebounds, and Dominic McGarvey, 17 points, 4 rebounds. The next night, they head over the hill to Klamath Falls. Much anticipated Cascade Conference game. Just right after the game, we were able to grab Drew Wyman, College of Idaho All-American. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Drew Wyman, and last time we talked, you were walking off the court with the national championship. This game here at Oregon Tech was a war.
Yeah, it was. It's a very hard place to play. The fans bring the energy. It feels like the gym's stacked on top of you, but we found a way to pull it out in the end.
You know, a couple times it looked like you got that separation. You know what I'm talking about, where you thought you had the place quieted down, and then they stormed back. What did it feel like on the court? It just seemed like a game where neither side was going to give in.
Yeah, I mean, that's all right. We're tight. We're a family. We're willing to weather storms together, keep making the right play. We said it's all right. We knew they were going to hit some shots. They got a bunch of three-point shooters, so we were fine with it. We just said we need to weather the storm, make our free throws, and we'll be fine.
Drew, I thought your matchup zone really slowed down their offense. You know, Oregon Tech likes to move and, get up and down the court. Talk about your defense, and was that the plan to kind of slow them down?
Yeah, it was. Coming out, usually the first 5 minutes, they're really good. They push the pace. Guerrero gets downhill a lot, kicks it out, good facilitator. So we were getting into that matchup zone, slowing them down, corralling the ball, and I think it worked really well. I mean, they didn't score that much in the first half, and they were playing pretty slow, so it was good for us.
Congratulations, Drew. That was a big win. Cascade Conference basketball is fantastic.
Oh, it's awesome. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very
much.
much.
Have a safe trip home.
Thank you.
So thanks a lot, Drew Wyman. And also I was able to interview Tyler Robinette. As I said, those are on the YouTube. Also, thank you to Colby Blaine. He facilitated that. He got those guys right. Sweat was just pouring off poor Drew Wyman when I talked to him. So in this game, Samamaji Morgan, he's sophomore point guard. He was able to get to the rim a lot in the second half. When they started backing off him just a little bit, then he started hitting some threes. He really had a great second half, really was a difference maker. Johnny Radford, 15 points, 3 rebounds. Give the Yotes some credit. They were outshot, they were out-rebounded, but they were able to get to the line, and they won that battle 28-12, and they get out of that Southern Oregon trip 6-2. So they're going to play Northwest Nazarene next. I think that's an exhibition game in their crosstown rivalry, and that will be on Wednesday. Langston, they went to 7-0. They just keep winning. They beat them 75-61. They're at 7-0. In that game, Anthony Roy, 30 points, 4 rebounds. What a night. And Ronald Mitchell, 16 points, 3 rebounds. As I said, they're 7-0, and they're going to play Sagu next Saturday. Another game you're going to want to tune into. The Sooner Athletic Conference really shaping up to be a good race. There's going to be a lot of big games in the Sooner over the next couple of weeks, so tune in. Oklahoma Wesleyan, they fell to Southwestern. Much anticipated game. You know, I was looking forward to that game. They lost to Southwestern 79-67. So Oklahoma Wesleyan is 8-1 now, and they'll take on Tabor on Wednesday. And we'll talk more about this game when we get down to Southwestern. Georgetown, number 6, they played Washington Adventist. They're 10-1. They beat Adventist 90-70. Beat them pretty good. In that game, Rashad Bishop right here. He 23.7 rebounds, but he's having a great season. Just seems like every night. I mean, he's like 24 points, 23 points, 19 points. And the same thing, 7, 8, 9 rebounds. And then Jaquai Wales, he had 14 points, 7 assists. Georgetown's looking really, really good. And there's going to be a good gauge on December 12th because their next game, they're going to play the Bethel Pilots up in Mishawaka. And that's really going to tell us a lot about both of those teams, both Georgetown and Bethel. So LSU Shreveport, they beat Louisiana Christian 78-60. They go to 6-0. Against Louisiana Christian, Josh LeBlanc, 13 points, 7 rebounds. Damon Davis, 13 points, 5 assists. Again, LSU Shreveport is 6-0. And on Wednesday, they're going to play Loyola. Number 8, Montana Tech. They just beat the heck out of Concordia Edmonton. 110-65. They go to 7-1. Big story out of this game, Caleb Belich is back. 17 points, 4 rebounds, and Michael 20 points. Really great to see Belich back. You just hate to see one of the best players in the country down with an injury, and really happy to see him back. Next up for Montana Tech, they're going to play an exhibition against University of Montana on Friday, and they're going to beat them. Indiana Wesleyan, they're 6-2. They had a big matchup against Bethel down at Lucky Arena at Indiana Wesleyan. They beat them 80-76. This was a game, it looked like the Wildcats were in pretty good control, and Bethel stormed back, made a comeback, but it just wasn't enough. Indiana Wesleyan won the game 80-76. Griffin Cleaver, 19 points, 9 rebounds. Guys playing great basketball, as Nathan Childress is really starting to come on for the Wildcats. So if you get him going along with Buchanan and Cleaver, boy, that could be dangerous. Indiana Wesleyan is 6-2, and they're going to play IU East next Saturday. Game note: IU East, they're not having a great year this year. They've struggled a bit, but they historically have had some good luck in Lucky Arena. No pun intended. So that might be a game you want to check out. Wayland Baptist, they beat Southwestern Christian 95-55. They go to 5-2 in that game. Boltong, 16 points, 6 rebounds, and Brett Leach, 18 points, 6 rebounds. So as I said, Wayland Baptist is 5-2, and they're going to have another Sooner Athletic Conference showdown on December 7th. That's Thursday at Oklahoma City. Southwestern, we said they beat Oklahoma Wesleyan to go to 9-0, undefeated. Kevin Clark, 15 points, 3 rebounds. Andrew O'Brien, 15 points, 5 rebounds. Kevin Clark is a guy, I tease a lot about him getting a sore arm and how they're going to slow him down, but this guy has got to be in the early conversation for Player of the Year. Southwestern is going to take on Bethel, Kansas at home on, Wednesday. Northwestern, another team that I really been watching close. They fell at Hastings this Saturday to go to 7-1. Reggie Thomas scored 30 points, 7 assists for Hastings, and Hastings out-rebounded Northwestern 34-26. They were putting the GPAC on notice. Do not think you're going to come to Hastings and have an easy Saturday. Big win for Hastings, kind of a punch in the nose for Northwestern, but nevertheless, that's GPAC basketball. Northwestern hosts Dakota Wesleyan on Wednesday, so they got another tough game coming. The hits just keep coming this time of year. Olivet Nazarene, they beat Judson in a league game 108-80. That was a road game, so they go to 7-1. Landon Flederher, 21 points, 6 rebounds. Tyler Schmidt, another guy, should just an early conversation Player of the Year. This guy he fills it up every night. 23 points, 4 rebounds. They're 7-1. They're going to play Moody Bible Institute on Thursday. Mobile, they played Point on Saturday. They beat them 75-59. They go to 8-2. This is a good win for Mobile. Point's a good team. Ezra McKinnon, man, he had a night. 36 points, 12 rebounds. Damari Jones, 14 points, 4 rebounds. So for Mobile, they're 8-2, and they're going to take on Southeastern Baptist next Saturday. Ave Maria, Coach Copeland's never going to talk to me again. I talked to him. He lost 2 straight games. Everybody knows they lost a Florida National the other day, and then they lost to Florida College on Friday, 92-87. They go to 8-2. For Florida College, Florida College. Florida College, Tyson Judge, he had 27 points, 7 rebounds. This is Florida National. Anyway, they shot 54% from 3. I apologize for the error here, but they just shot the leather off the ball. So Ave Maria now is 8-2. They're going to have to regroup. Now they got New College of Florida next week on December 11th. The Masters, they had that big win at Florida Memorial, and on Thursday, followed it up at Kaiser. Kaiser beat them 76-74. The Masters finishes that Florida trip 6-2. In that game, Calvin Sermons, 22 points, 7 assists for Kaiser. Kaiser holds the Masters to 38% shooting. Big win for Kaiser, kind of a statement win. That Sun Conference is looking pretty tough. Next up for the Masters, they're going to play Justice College. That's a school down in California. I don't know a lot about it, but they're going to play them twice next weekend. Lords, they rolling. They just they're 8-0 now. They beat Northwestern Ohio 94-74. They go to 8-0 against Northwestern Ohio. Jackie Harris, another guy. This is another guy's got to be on that list right now. 30 for Player of the Year. 34 points, 9 rebounds. I say it every time. Watch this guy play. He's good. Joey Hollifield, 16 points, 6 rebounds. Next up for Lords on December 9th, that's next Saturday, they're going to play Aquinas in WAC play. Xavier out of Louisiana, they beat Paul Quinn on Saturday. They go to 6-1. They beat him 81-55. Jeremy Lindsay, he had 25 points, 3 rebounds for Xavier. Lance Williams, 14 points, 3 rebounds. And I'm sorry, I missed that. So next up is Texas College for Xavier. I apologize that I don't have pictures for them. Xavier doesn't. I look, if you can find a roster for Xavier, let me know. But everything I clicked said didn't exist, and I was looking for pictures of the players. So Columbia, Missouri, number 23, they beat Williams Baptist on Saturday, 70-66. They go to 7-2, so they redeemed themselves after that loss. Colin Parker, 14 points, 7 rebounds. Harrison Vickers, 12 points, 8 rebounds. And look at Marlon Allen, 12 points, 17 rebounds. That is a double-double right there. They're 7-2. They're going to play Mount Mercy on Tuesday. Number 25, Florida Memorial. Of course, they fell to the Masters Thursday, and on Saturday they played Fort Lauderdale. They beat them 81-69. They go to 9-1. Evan Busby had 24 points, 5 rebounds for Florida Memorial, and Latavius Mitchell, he had 23 points, 4 rebounds for Florida Memorial. And they will take on Florida National at Florida National. This is where Ave Maria got beat, I believe, on December 16th. So that's the top 25. That's where we're at. Ton of games this weekend. There's tomorrow. Monday is a really light day, so we'll be back with you on Wednesday morning. Hey, on our way out, I was able to interview Kam Osborn, Oregon Tech Owls, after their win over Eastern Oregon. Kam is a guy who really struggled with injuries throughout his career. He's a senior this year. He's healthy, and he's having a really good year. So why don't we just take a listen to Kam Osborn, and I'll see everybody on Wednesday. Thank you very much.
Hoops Talk, Billy D. Kam Osborn, 26 points. Eastern Oregon, this is your 6-1 now. Mm-hmm. What a huge win at home. Talk about this game.
I mean, we've been wanting this game. They beat us 3 times last year, 15 in the first 2, and then that last one in overtime to end our season. So, I mean, winning any game at home is huge, but especially with a team coming in like that, it's big. So,
one question I want to ask you about your game. It appears you really, really worked on your mid-range game, and you're going to it, and it's super reliable. I mean, talk about that. You switched your game up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, with the injury that I had last year, getting surgery, coming back in the sling, I had to work on my shot a lot, and in high school, that was something that I really relied on. So, I mean, it's just another level up. I just got to keep shooting the same shots that I'm used to. So,
team struggled a little bit last year. You talked about getting beat 3 times by Eastern.
Yep.
Tonight, packed house, people on their feet. Big win. Talk about how it felt.
It feels amazing. I used this example earlier, but I got here when Mitch Fink was a senior, and the crowds were jumping every night. And it feels good to look up in the crowd and see crowds like that again.
Yeah.
So with the amount of people here tonight and how hyped our Owl fans get, it's awesome to be here. So.
Last question. Talk about your defense and your teammates. I mean, everybody just put it all out on the line on defense tonight.
Yeah, we really key in on team defense. You know, we don't have one perimeter lockdown guy, so it's really important that we play good team defense, and that's what we've been working on, and we just got to keep it going.
That's Kam Osborn. Big win.
Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school, because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.